Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Okay, is our lecturer around, please?
Not yet, ma'am. I can't see her.
Not yet, ma'am. I've not seen her.
Okay. So we give her a few more minutes because I don't have her contact. I just know that. Can somebody contact the NWS?
She's online.
She's online. The NWS is online.
Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum.
Alaikum salam, NWS. How are you?
Adupe Kale.
Ekale. We have not seen our guest lecturer online.
She's coming. We just exchange a chat now. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Okay.
I just told membership secretary her name so that he can look out for that too.
Okay, and meet her and that's
exactly.
Okay. Fine. So as soon as she comes on, have you noticed Mrs. Balogwedidi? Have you seen any missionary?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
That's what I'm looking through. I haven't seen any yet as well.
Okay.
That's what I was hoping for so that we could kickstart.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen.
Okay. NWS, maybe you can get the chief missioner, perhaps. Maybe he still has the opportunity to join us.
Hello, salam alaikum. The chief missioner will still be at Alausa. No, so that's the last Thursday of the month for Iftar.
Oh, the Iftar.
Yes.
Okay.
None of the missioners were on the.
You have not identified anybody.
There's no missioner. There's no missioner on the. I've checked.
Everybody's getting slack. This is the fault of the Autocorel. I'm missing the shit. I'm missing the. Haja Mommy. Elijah George. Elijah George.
Yes, hello. Yes, I'm back. Yes, I think she's having difficulty coming in, so she wants me to send the link to her email address, and then from there she'll be able to use her laptop.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. So that's what we're trying to do now.
Okay, fine. Let me just check how many people we have online first. Maybe we should just start the opening prayer.
There are 30 participants.
30, okay.
Yes, ma'am. Let's check for the missioner. If any of the missioner is around, then we'll start with the opening prayer.
Fellow participants, may I apologize? Assalamu alaikum, everybody. I want to apologize for starting late. We're trying to connect the guest lecturer. She's having some difficulties with her system. So kindly bear with us and just be patient, please. Thank you very much.
I will suggest if there is no missioner, by the time the lecturer is able to, we can start the opening prayer by saying Fatiha or anything.
Hello, Salam Alaikum. Membership Secretary, can you make her a host so that she can share, you can share your screen with her?
Assalamu alaikum, ma. Would you want us to make a host?
The speaker,
Is
Yes.
she in now, ma?
let me
Well,
just check.
Just make her a host if she's in. I don't know.
I'm scrolling through. Unless if she is using a different name to log in.
Hello, MC.
Assalamu alaikum,
Balogun.
ma.
Yeah,
Assalamu
she's
alaikum.
in now, she said. But
Okay,
I'm trying to trace her name, Fire Williams.
if I know the name she's joined by, because I'm going through the
Fire Williams.
Did you
Fire
hear?
Williams,
Yes.
or the email address, Fire Williams.
I don't have any Fire Williams.
Okay, yes,
in
there's
the
simply Expo.
exponential. Oh, okay.
Exactly,
Okay, I'm moving her right now.
Okay.
I think she's Okay, she's on now.
Yes, she's on now. Yeah. So you need to unmute her.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, Mrs. Williams.
Evening. Me alaikum assalam, ma.
Good evening, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes, ma.
Thank you very much for joining us this evening. We know it had been a bit of a challenge connecting, but thank you very much for joining us.
You are very welcome. It's good to be amongst the good women of Nasfat again. From my big auntie Alhaja Nafisat Arogundade to my sister Mrs. Suebat Kupolati, to all of you, I say a warm good evening.
Thank you very much, Ma. Now that you're on, we would just commence right away. In the absence of any of our missioners on the call, can I ask that Alaja Aradipo please give us an opening dua?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Alhamdulillah, 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 Rabbil Alameen. We thank Almighty Allah on every one of us. We are starting this program with Bismillah. May Almighty Allah let us end it with Alhamdulillah. We will all recite Salatul Fatih, Fatiha, Salatul Fatih. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad al-Fatih al-Mawlika al-Hatil al-Munsabaka. Nazir al-Yaqib al-Haqi wa al-Hadila Suratika al-Mustaqim. Wa ala alihi kan kadiwa mikdari al-azim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Ar-Rahmanirrahim. Maliki yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta alaihim. Ghayril maghdubi alaihim waladdallin. Amen. May Almighty Allah continue to make it easy for us. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun ala al-mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Sallu ala Nabi Karim.
Thank you very much, Ma, for that dua. Thank you. We're already running behind on time, so we'll try to make this as crisp as possible and manage time as best as possible. At this point, I'd like to call on our mother, the National Women Affairs Secretary of Nasfat, Alaja Suebat Bola Kupolati, to please give us a welcome remarks.
Thank you very much, Madam MC. I will call you now. Salam alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everybody. Good evening, and I warmly welcome you again to the last series of the lecture for the Women's Week. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. We've had, this is the fourth lecture we're having today, and this is going to be the last one, inshallah. I want to thank everyone that has started with us in this series of lecture, and those who are just joining us today. May Allah continue to bless you and make things easy for you. Tonight we're going to listen to our sister, Mrs. Fayo Williams. She's going to talk to us on how we can market our product services online. We realized that during the COVID period, we had challenges in marketing our products, in doing a lot of things. And now we have realized that there's a need for us to be able to learn how we can do our services, our products online without having challenges of not having sales. By the grace of God, we're going to listen to her. So she's going to tell us a lot about how we can do all of these things online. So I don't want to bothering you so much with so much of your time. So I would ask that we start as quickly as we can. But I want to quickly also recognize the president of Nasfat, Mr. Ney Yusuf, the CM, Chief Missioner of Nasfat, NEC members, the past women secretaries, the zonal women secretaries, the branch women secretaries, and then the women management committee, and all other members of Nasfat for joining us tonight. I promise you that you're going to enjoy the lecture, just like we have been doing in the past. And I wish you all the best this night and have a wonderful evening with us. Thank you so much. God bless you for listening.
Thank you very much, Ma. Jazakumullah khairan. May Almighty Allah continue to preserve you for the deen. I mean, at this point, I'm going to leave the floor for someone who is able to do justice to our topic of today, which is the female entrepreneur in a new world, digital marketing solutions for your business. And we would all agree that if there's anything that this pandemic has taught us, it is that we cannot continue to be rigid in our ways of doing things. Even in the places of work, a lot of work has moved to online. As an HR professional, I can tell you now that all the interviews I've done this year have been virtual. You know, I no longer need to sit with candidates. And as business owners, we also need to begin to change our orientation into moving into the virtual space, if that is the in thing, and that's where everything is happening. COVID doesn't happen across the virtual space. Protests don't happen across the virtual space. Basically, when you are in the virtual world, you're sort of insulated from a lot of disturbances. So at this point, I'd like to welcome once again to our midst, Mrs. Fire Williams. She is the founder of Exponential Hub, Director of Partnerships at Innovation Support Network, and also a council member of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry. With all of this, I'm sure we would agree that she is indeed best qualified to speak to us today on the female entrepreneur in a new world, digital marketing solutions for your business. Assalamu alaikum. You're welcome once again.
Thank you very, very much, my sister Naisemi alaikum assalam. Thank you. So I would like to share my screen, if I may.
You may, ma'am. I've enabled it.
Thank you. All right, so I think I'll go straight to the topic. So I'm hoping you can see my screen. Can you see my screen now?
It's still loading, but okay. Yes, it's come up now, ma.
All right. So I modified the topic a little, talking about how to win in business using entrepreneurial skills and technology. Yes, we will be talking about how to take your products and services online, but I just wanted to make sure that we also look at some of the skills we would need to navigate this new normal. So by way of introduction, I'm so fortunate that Madam MC has introduced me. My name again is Fire Williams. I am a pharmacist by background, and I am called the Safety Amazon because I share health and safety solutions. By the way, I'm just like conserving bandwidth, not using the video yet, and maybe towards the end, so that we're sure the internet will stay put. And after being a pharmacist till about 2006, a lot of people were asking me, so how have you been able to stay in business? How do you do your hiring? How do you do your fund? How do you access finance and so on? So I decided to toe the line of becoming an International Labour Organization certified master trainer. And by the grace of the Almighty, I've been able to train over maybe 500, 1,000 entrepreneurs in various organizations, including the LCCI, Nestle, NECA, and then various women's groups, including NASI and NEW. So that is really what I have as my background and profile. In terms of outline for this presentation, as Mrs. Kupolati said, it's time is fast spent, so let me just make it brief. We'll be looking at business, assessing our business, what are the components, what is technology, why is it important, how to get our products and services online, and digital media channels to grow our business, and then we'll take a couple of conclusions. I also hope I'll be able to share my story on how I used technology to grow my business and to overcome challenge. So that will be as we go along. Now, we all need to start with the customer experience and work backward. Many a times we just feel Oh, technology, everybody is going on Instagram, I must be there. Everybody is on TikTok. I never touched the thing because I'm just wondering. Or another platform to manage, but I know people who are using it. So you need to look at what your customers really need, what they want, what are their experiences, what are their wishes before you start adopting technology. Because it's not because you're on Instagram and you are doing a slay queen or this or that, putting out so many ornaments. That's not what will make people buy. It is if they are interested in what you have to offer on that particular platform and not the other way around. So once again, I will advise us to choose technology carefully. Choose it carefully. So in these slides, I'll be sharing a lot of my experiences. And I would like to start with when the e-commerce platform, Konga, came out. Does anybody remember? A couple of years back, and they were advertising that people should come and sell on the platform. I was so intrigued that, you mean I can put my products here and have another shop apart from the one that I lock up every day? So I registered the name. I called it Just Safety because I called my webmaster. He was not even answering. It was late in the night. And I just felt this opportunity, I must use it. So we registered on Konga, and believe you me, our first aid box, which is one of the products I sell, which Alaja Arogudade knows very well, was sold to Benin Kebi. And the next order was sold to somebody in Enugu. If I had just stayed in Lagos, looking at my shop, how would I get across to these people? So sometimes you need to study your product. If your product is the type that needs to go nationwide, you begin to take steps that will take it nationwide. If your product is like a freshly made Greek yogurt that you need to quickly distribute within your locality, then you need to use the appropriate platform for that. Something like Google My Business. So like I said, I'll be sharing a lot of experiences, not just the slides today. So there is a website that you can create on Google My Business. It's virtually a one-page website. But if you are a hairdresser and you are located at Onike in Yaba, if somebody is on Tumble Avenue or Hills Avenue and searches for hairdresser near me, you will come up because you are on Google My Business. And that is the essence of understanding your customer experience. For somebody who wants to go to a hairdresser, they want a place that is nearby. The hairdresser in Lagos is not selling to the one in Enugu, like my first aid products. Are you with me? If you are with me so far, can you type something in the chat box to let me know that you are with me when it comes to choosing the right platform? I want you to say yes, or I'm still not clear. I want to know who are the people who are flowing with this choice of the right platform after understanding your customer and knowing the right kind of method to reach them. Thank you very much, Mr. Ibrahim Saka, Alhaja Bello, Sikirat Badiriwa. They are all with me, so I think I can move on. Thank you. And in the next slide, let's just move. Okay, we are asking, what is business? And everybody thinks, oh, I know what business is. Shebi is just to open shop and buy and sell. Okay? Yes, in simple terms, the activity of making money through production, buying, or selling of goods and services. You will remember that some of our mothers, if they are selling ogi and they make ogi today, before tomorrow morning, they have given out half of that ogi. Please, am I communicating? Is it true? Or if they make fufu they will say, oh, lọ fún ìyá lágbájá. Then, you know, àwọn málà tó wà ní gate yẹn, ó yá, ẹ lọ bá mi fún wọn. So all those things, that's not business, that's charity. So if we are talking about business, we are talking about a venture that is well controlled, that you don't dip your hand into, that you are ready to make profits through it, through production, buying or selling of goods and services. And what are the components of this business? It comes in two forms. The entrepreneur, and here we are bringing that part of the topic, which is the female entrepreneur. And then we're looking at the business itself. Talking about the female entrepreneur, all the studies by PwC, by Lagos Chamber of Commerce, by KPMG, they have shown, even World Bank and federal government of Nigeria have shown that COVID-19 was a big setback, particularly for the women folk. It affected supply chain, in which case some of us are getting beautiful hijabs from maybe Dubai, or some people are getting scarves and small laces from China. All those things were on lockdown. So the supply chain was not there. The woman was the caregiver at home. In many cases, the woman too could be the breadwinner, and she was seriously affected during the COVID-19 times. But I tell you, by the grace of the Almighty, we will recover all. This pandemic will also go away. It will not be a permanent discouragement. We will learn some skills to overcome it. And then again, you look at the business. In terms of the business, how well structured are you? It is one thing to go on the internet and say, oh, I'm going to sell, I'm going to use technology. And when you get it, your shop worker, she didn't come to shop that day. So the customer came and you couldn't supply. Thank you very much. Tawakalitu, ma'am, Madam Halimat, is it Mr. or Mrs. Gobir? Madam Adejoke, thank you for being with me. I'm so happy to hear that we're all flowing. So the business has to be structured, and business has 5 parts. There is management and leadership. What kind of a leader are you? Are you consistent? Are you disciplined? If you are supposed to open by 9, are you there at 9? Or will you Saturday be somoloruko before you come and open shop? If you are going to be an entrepreneur, you need to be consistent. So if you want to stop by somewhere, make sure there's somebody handling shop affairs for you. Make the arrangement so that your customers will not be disappointed. All about management has to do with vision. It has to do with planning, organization, control. You cannot be talking about technology and digital marketing if those things are not in place, because you will be fetching water into a bucket that has a hole. That is what you'll be doing. You keep on making a lot of visibility on the internet, and when people come, they will be disappointed. So that is why we are talking about the business. The next part of the business is financial management. Women, how are you faring? When they say women want to take loan from the bank and they ask for collateral, we start catching cold. Because the only thing we can bring out is our wrapper or our gold. Those men, they are buying plenty of things, though. Those men, they have shares, they have shops, they have machines, they buy the cars. So, woman, be wise. In your business, you must make sure you are saving, you are investing, you have financial discipline, you are budgeting. If you don't do all these things, there's no point going on internet too. Because by the time the big order comes, there's no money to service it. Or you take customers funds, and it's not well managed. There's no process, there's no procedure. So you are doing event management and they ask you to decorate in blue and white, and you did not have any procedure for writing it down. Then you use black and white, and the customer decided not to pay you balance. So all this is all what we mean by running the business properly. Another part of the business is marketing and sales, which has to do with this digital marketing we are talking about. But before you do marketing and sales, have you bothered to ask yourself, what value am I bringing to the table? I'm just selling rice now. Rice is what everybody eats. There is rice and there is rice. So if you taste basmati, you will know that there's rice. Am I correct, dear ladies? Put any other brand of rice that you know is top. Let's have it in the chat box, because I want this to be interactive. There are some rice, you will eat it, you will have a good sleep. And there's some kind of rice that you will eat and that there's plenty of stone inside. So there is rice and there is rice. I'm still watching out. Okay, let me see. Yes, jasmine rice, aroso. My mother used to put that aroso. She used to use it to threaten us. Only Christmas, that's the only time, or New Year, that you eat it. That is rice. So I tell you, American rice, Uncle Ben's. Uncle Ben's is another rice. So it is not just rice. What value are you bringing to the table? Even if you are an Alagai Duro, have you found out how to pronounce the names of Gbogbo Ìdílé Ìyàwó, Gbogbo Ìdílé Ọkọ? Or do you just rush there to do your thing with Gelegegere? So what value are you bringing to the table? You need to ask yourself. You cannot do digital marketing if you are not able to sell the benefits of your products, your value proposition. What am I selling and to who? So you need to really capture those things. I see more rice here. Somebody is making me hungry here. Perfume rice, American long grain rice, Stella basmati rice, you see? So we've started the rice war on the chat room today. And this just tells us that rice is not rice. You have to know how to package your own that will make it different. Madam MC, I hope you are hearing me.
Definitely, Ma, because all this talk of rice is getting me hungry.
Making somebody hungry. I hope it will not make us commit. And then you have your operations. Many of us ignore this aspect of business and think, if the order comes now, I will buy, I will sell, I will buy, I will sell. How long are you keeping stock? What is your stock your turnaround time, the turnover time, stock turnover? Are things getting spoiled in your storage so that you are losing money? What about staff retention? Soldier come, soldier go. If one goes, I will pick another one. If you keep on doing it that way, you will lose what they call institutional memory. And that's digital, that technology, that growth that we are looking for, it will become elusive. So you cannot afford to change staff anyhow. We must find ways to retain them, to train them, to groom them, to make them know the rules and regulations so that they can do the right thing. And sometimes you need to be firm. Yesterday, we had a program in my hub, and the staff had a budget. We had a budget, but suddenly the staff handling it had a bright idea of buying a packet of face masks for 3,000 naira. So I first told him, sir, you are out of line. We have written no face mask, no entry. We expect people to come in with their face mask. We did not agree that we were going to buy this face mask for them. And then he drew this long face and all that. I now looked at the fact that he was relatively new, it's about 3 months in our organization, and I told myself, okay, let's give him a long rope, let's correct him. Gentlemen, next time you take authorization. There's nothing called incurring expenditure without authorization. So you look at your financial management. We are going into financial management now. Many of us, when we think of technology, we are thinking of social media. Accounting package is technology. And when you go to big organizations like Nestle and you take your soya beans to go and supply and you write one invoice, they will go and check your last invoice, how much you sold it. Am I correct? They would check how much you sold it, and they were able to do that out of the millions of invoices they have due to technology. They check their LPO and they will see there that you sold it at X thousands of naira. Why are you making it different now? You did not send in a paper to tell them that there is a price differential. So they will not accept that you will sell it any different. That is technology in operations. And lastly, HR. So HR is dear to all our hearts. Without people, people make it happen. And the people too, you have to make them work with their hearts. In fact, in talking about technology and growth and social media, your staff, do you know their handles? Do they also share your stories? Do you check their own platforms to see what they are doing, how busy they are, and what they are even talking about, what interests them? This technology we are talking about can actually help you monitor your staff in a way. You can know if somebody is a deviant. You can know if the person is interested in personal development. You can know so much by also identifying the various places your staff have been frequenting on the internet. Another part of technology you can use is in attendance. So we have this biometric device in our organization. It helps to tell when the staff comes. So there's no, madam, I'm in the office when the person is still at Oyinbo. So that is also technology. There are various areas you can use technology to win in your business. And when the issue of COVID-19 came around, the organization converted this biometric, which is a fingerprint type of thing, they converted it to face recognition. They decided to have a software that can help you. If you move near, the thing will recognize some part of your face. You know, these are the entrepreneurial skills we are thinking about, and that is called pivoting. You pivot. You've been doing I'm an event planner. I put big atibaba, sorry to go vernacular, you know, and big drums and everything. And suddenly COVID-19 came around. There's a particular event planner who used our tents as isolation center. Is it not to house people? Yes. The same tent that can house Owambe people can house the sick in an isolation center. And that is what she did. Another person who is into garments manufacture made millions of masks for Lagos State during the time of COVID-19. So it's the entrepreneurial spirit, the way you structure the business that will help you win, and the technology that you adopt depends on what you want to achieve. So can we move on? Let us look at characteristics of successful entrepreneurs. So there's an exercise here which I would like you to participate in. Reflect on what you know about Alhaji Aliko Dangote and type characteristics of a successful entrepreneur in the chat box. So I'm waiting for that. I want you to put something in the chat box, something you admire about him. Have you heard him speak? Have you seen the development along Lekki-Lakowe axis? What do you think? What do you admire? So Haja Rashidat is saying he's innovative, very, very innovative. I understand, for instance, that Alhaji Dangote is using robotics in some of his laboratories now. Very, very innovative. Let's see another characteristic. Somebody said high risk taker is not doing small businesses. Somebody who's going into petroleum is a high risk taker, forward thinking, focused, determined, and so on and so forth. These are the characteristics we can use to survive times. Another area we should look at is setting our vision. And in setting our vision, you have to remember objectives. So let's apply it to digital marketing. When you are doing digital marketing and you have just started, please, your primary objective is supposed to be to gain awareness, get traffic, get followers, get visitors to your website. This should be part of the objectives. So in setting your vision, most entrepreneurs, they start small, but you have that vision to grow. Get that vision written down so you can run with it. Let's see more characteristics. I'm sure I've come onto the chat box. We have more characteristics. Somebody says, not afraid to challenge the norm. That is very true. You've not had a private enterprise refining petroleum before. His is going to be the first. Is challenging the norm. That norm that we have to be importing petroleum on high seas, yet we produce crude oil, he's challenging it right now. So let's move on quickly so that we can get more on digital marketing. Determine your basis for differentiation. Cowbell did not fight with Peak Milk. He said, okay, Peak Milk, now you own the breakfast table with your big team. Let me kukuma come with sachet. And do we not know the results? So by the same token, even in your digital strategy, what is your basis for differentiation? Remember, all what we are talking about, they work hand in hand. We cannot just say, why is Madam not talking about Facebook? I wanted to hear about Instagram. They work hand in hand. We are talking of your business in totality. You can see here in the picture, this laptop is upside down. It's not in the normal way. I was quite taken aback when I found laptops that you can turn the screen 360 degree and fold it back and make it like this calendar that you put on the table. So that is somebody's innovation, and that is the way it goes. Make your offering unique by using Scamper tool. Now, when you are going digital, are you going to be providing a substitute for something? So, Easy Cook, Easy Shop, my dear friend Saudat, she decided to bring Mile 12 into the banking hall for women. So she's the substitute of you getting your feet dirty in poto poto. She is the substitute for you sweating after office hours to go and find a lubo and a goosey to buy. She will take your order any way you like it. She's not so hot on website. You can phone and give her, I want bokoto, I want ikero, I want this, I want that, I want ofada rice, I want tomatoes and pepper. And she delivers right there to you in the office environment, or she'll send it to your home. She has substituted something, reduced the stress. You can combine. Wherever you see Sweet Sensation now, the eatery, you used to see Health Plus. Granted, there are challenges, but this particular entrepreneur who runs that pharmacy, she said, anywhere people are walking with their leg, I also want to be there. And she decided that everywhere there's an eatery called Sweet Sensation, she will also put her own pharmacy there. You can adapt. Do something that will help people adapt or magnify or put to other uses. Now, look at this Mama Money and all these money agents. Throughout the COVID time, were they not selling? They were selling seriously. Everybody was transferring money, paying big commission. Sometimes they would take 300 Naira commission. Some would take 500 Naira commission from you because they eliminated the banks totally. Many people were on lockdown, they couldn't go anywhere anyway, so they eliminated. So please, this is the way we need to begin to think. At times too, you could rearrange. I had a class like this, and we had educators in the class, and they were talking about delay in results of final year students. And I introduced them to these two. And they now realize that instead of making the final year students take their exam last, they will take their exam first. Because the other classes are still going to be in school anyway. So I'm now talking about a service. I've been speaking a lot about products. You can use this camper to make your offering unique. I tell you, the internet is busy. There are plenty of products and services. You must make your own stand out for you to gain mileage. Principles of leadership, we have spoken about that, particularly when we spoke about vision and being an entrepreneur. Have integrity, be a people's person, know how to share your vision with them, and seek opportunities. So we are talking about digitalization technology. It's not only WhatsApp, but WhatsApp is a good platform. I have seen a whole lot of business opportunities in some of the chat rooms and groups. You can also go further to sign up what they call a Google Alert. Google Alert can tell you anytime they mention your company name. A Google Alert can tell you maybe if there's federal government tender of a particular nature. Set up Google Alert. So what we are talking about technology today is not all about Facebook, Instagram. Technology is broad. You can use it in several ways. Visit websites that offer opportunities in the area you need. This is very, very important. And again, consider joint ventures and partnerships. On the social media space, it has become very easy now for some of you who may be a nurse or a doctor. You can team up with someone who sells exercise and gym instruments. Talk about wellness. Talk about people taking exercise at home and not becoming overweight, not becoming ill because of lack of exercise. Many people are moving less now. We go out less. We don't have as many outings. And I brought this example to you. I have a friend who makes shoes and bags. Her name is Mona Matthew. She will link up with a Davida shirt maker, link up with the people selling perfume. A lot of you sell very lovely perfumes. Have you ever linked up with somebody selling hijab or another person selling slippers? All three of you, you now be in a place that you know that your target audience will visit. So yours will be a very interesting exhibition. The same person who is buying perfume would like to buy leather slippers. So let us think of it that way. And you can also do Instagram Live. Take this person you want to partner with, Facebook Live, broadcast together, broadcast the message to each set of followers. If you have 1,000 followers and your friend has 2,000, you know, together that is 3,000. So instead of doing your thing solo, let us begin to collaborate, and that will help us to utilize technology to grow our business. You need to be able to exceed customer expectations, focus your time, and give the wow factor. I was in my office one day, this Medview Airlines, yes, now we understand they seem not to be flying right now. They sent a ticket, free ticket to me by email. I said, these 419 people, they have come again. Free ticket in this Nigeria. I used to hear of it abroad, or I didn't hear of it in Nigeria. I now picked up my phone. I happened to have liaison with their training manager because of the first aid box we were selling. And he said, madam, it is true. We are giving our loyal customers some free tickets. Go and redeem it. Travel to anywhere of your choice, free of charge. I couldn't believe it. So you need to give wow factor. And I did travel. I was so happy. In fact, I had to tip all the people at the station desk that day because I was too overjoyed that I was going free. Sharpen your business management skills. There is no way you wouldn't need them, even in developing technology and using technology. Okay, so please, if you have any questions, put them in the Q&A section. How are we doing so far? Please put one word to describe your experience of the session so far in the chat box. I'll be reading them shortly. We're moving along quickly now so that we can have a few minutes of Q&A. So we have defined technology and we've been explaining why it is important. It is to drive growth and improve operations. Please do not forget operations. Whenever you are talking about technology, it's not only about marketing and sales. I run a hub again, I would say it, and right now we are trying to deploy SCADA. SCADA.com is a scheduling tool. So if you run event center or something and you need a kind of online directory where you'll be doing your booking so that your staff who lives in Okokomaiko and you that you are living at Isheri, you can both know what days your hall has been booked for. This is how to use technology. Don't think of it only for, oh, it's Facebook. Yes, I'm on Instagram. Not only that. So we have to use it for business communication. Today, I had a presentation. The lady who created it in what they call Canva. Learn simple graphics, word swag, Pictomats. Just Google it. Free graphics app. You need to have a graphics app. It can just be your quotation. It will bring it out in lovely colors and you can post because you have to create content. When you are talking about going on technology, becoming more visible, you have to create content. So content can be audio. People are doing podcasts. People are opening online radio. Please, if you are a counselor or a teacher, you can have your own channel. That is using technology. Inventory management, financial record keeping, there is no excuse for you not to use a simple free application like Wave. Thank you. Some people have said it's eye-opening, inspiring, informative. Oh, I'm so encouraged. Let us go along so that we don't take too much of our time. Now, the ways technology grows your business, we've spoken about this. Efficiency, communicating with customers, email, MailChimp. You can set up MailChimp. 2,000 customers' emails can be stored on MailChimp. These are things you need to find out. Go to YouTube, how to use MailChimp. Please plug that in and you find out that every week you can have special offer and send it to your customer. Productivity apps. I'm using Asana for my team. If we have a project, we break it down and put each step on Asana. We assign people to it. Let people be reminded by email. You have an event coming up next week. Have you booked photographer? Have you booked the video coverage? Did you order the meat pie? And so on and so forth. Analytical tools, they're all there. Better marketing campaigns, creating your sales funnel. Research capacity, you can create small survey. Please, every entrepreneur on this call, try to create a little survey to ask your customers question. If they will not fill online form, please pick your phone and ask, how are we serving you? What can we do better? What else do you think we should be offering? That is how I started off with first aid box and customers were telling me, what about training? And today, I do more business in training than first aid box because I did some research. Don't think research is the one they do in university and one professor is sitting somewhere looking at a microorganism. That's not the only research. As an entrepreneur now, keep on asking questions from your suppliers. What are the new ways? Do you have new items for this for schools? We hear there's this thing they call magic board now. What does it cost? What is the benefit over blackboard? Do your little survey. Do your surveys with customers. Pivot what you are offering and make your company grow. Now we come to the favorite of everybody. You are seeing LinkedIn, you are seeing Twitter, you are seeing Pinterest. Yes, digital media is a means of mass communication through the use of technology and internet. What platforms are you currently using? Can you also put that in the chat box? There is no time to sleep on this particular training. We want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. Which platforms are you using? Please share and let us know as we move along. Now, what is the feature of Facebook? If I am somebody into maybe legal practice, is Facebook the right platform for me? I would like somebody to answer that question. Legal practice. Is Facebook the right thing for me? And then somebody is selling beautiful abayas. Beautiful abayas. Should she be on LinkedIn? Can we sell abaya on LinkedIn? I want to know. Okay, some people are using WhatsApp. Some people are using Facebook. This WhatsApp, you cannot underestimate it. Please, if you are into business and you have not signed up for WhatsApp for business, please do it now. WhatsApp for business and create a catalog of your products. You can send that link, put it in your status, or send it to people regularly. New delivery, new stock. Check out our catalog. WhatsApp is so powerful. I see a lot of people answering different sites. Somebody has said no, but on LinkedIn for the lawyer, should not be, you take LinkedIn as your number one, okay? Facebook, not ideal for legal practice, unless maybe you're a human rights lawyer and you want to be making noise about everything you do. So that one is there. So please choose the right platform for your business. That is number one rule in digital marketing, so that you can be visible, you need to be relevant, and you make the right connections. This is what it's all about. Types of channels include your website. Your website is a 24/7 salesman. Social media is part of it. Email marketing should not be ignored. Use of search engine. I will tell you my story on search engines, online adverts, and online newspapers. Yesterday, I mentioned we had an event. I'm already thinking of how I will get a press release online. Please, press release is free. Hello, are you listening to me? Simply Exponential hosts events for Enyigbeti Summit. It is free. When you say I issue a press release, you will send it to the nation, send it to Punch. If you send it to 5, one will publish it. At least one person will publish it. They will take pity on you if you do it the right way. So you can Google how to create press release. It is also using technology, because we are talking of online media. The traditional media, many of them, they don't know our face. They will say, these SMEs, they don't have money. But for online media, you can use it. You can use Facebook ad. 5,000 naira ad can go a long way. Influencers, if you happen to have friends who are influencers, you can even hashtag them. Connect with others, join groups, and create useful video tutorial. How to tie gele? I don't know. There must be hundreds of videos on how to tie gele on YouTube. So you can develop a lot of relationship, create your blog. Somebody doing blog posts once a week, every week, has done so much online to promote their business. Post your pictures and make sure you have various hashtags. We are getting to the finishing line, and I'm going to admonish you, never be discouraged, never give up. Around 2009, do we all remember the meltdown in the stock market? My story started like 2 years before, when I needed to raise finance to carry out a big order. What I felt was a big order then. A bank needed 131 first aid boxes. I'll never forget. And I was so thrilled, so grateful to the Almighty for bringing this order my way. So I now went to the customer. I said, oh, customer, can you give us advance payment? They looked at me. You, small person, it was a bank. They said, no, unless you deliver before we pay. I was so afraid. How am I going to get money to do this job? So I started hunting around. I went to my mom. You know, we always go to family and friends. She said, okay, money shares. Let me bring my shares. I now had to bring my mother from Ogun State to Lagos State. Had to start carrying her to where she had shares for her to sign the shares. Carried her to the bank. The bank, she also uses the same bank. Oh, they did not agree to do their due diligence from the branch in Ogun State. They wanted to see her physically. So I tell you, though in those years, it was not easy to access finance. And I felt to myself, if I save some money, I must keep it so that I don't have to come and carry my mother again and face this kind of embarrassment. So I saved a bit of money from that order and kept it in the stock market. And what happened to the stock market, ladies and gentlemen? Somebody should give me an answer in the chat box. What happened to stock market? All our shares that we bought there, what happened? The stock market crashed. And many of us were left with 20% of what we had. As the stock market, stock share price was going down, my blood pressure was going up. And I thought to myself, this is not a good thing. You know, I'm a pharmacist. I cannot be taking a BP medicine. Okay, I must try and exercise. So I got a personal trainer. I'm sure Alhaji Arogunade has heard this story before. So please pardon me, ma. I got a personal trainer. I said, okay, we'll be doing exercise, aerobics, 2-3 times a week. Let this blood pressure come down. I don't even like drugs. I just love to sell drugs, but I don't like drugs, taking drugs. So I decided that I'll be doing exercise. In a hurry, one day, I tripped on the staircase and broke my leg. And I had my leg in cast for 12 weeks. So as the doctor gave me that report that, madam, your leg is going to be in cast for 12 years, I said, well, what am I going to do with my time? Going to the office was very few trips to the office, not every day, because everybody will be looking at you with pity when you carry this big leg in cast. So I decided that, okay, Mr. Webmaster, you've been talking about search engine optimization. I talked about it before, search engine optimization. Where on Google, people do what they call organic search. They use what they call keywords. So I asked my webmaster, just help me to put plugin. I understood a little bit about the web at the back end. So I put first aid kit, first aid training, first aid in Lagos, anything first aid. I just kept on writing it in my website. And lo and behold, within 1 month, another big organization gave us a 7-figure business by finding us on the net. I did not have any godfather. I did not know anybody there. They didn't call me for any meeting. They're just, do you have us? Yes. Can you come and do training for us? Yes. How many places? How many people? 500 people. In which place? Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt. So, dear ladies and gentlemen, that is how I was able to grow the business, get found on the internet, do that job. And I tell you, for all of us, all what the pandemic seems to have made you lose, we will surely recover. Whatever we think has made us feel a bit sad, we will get more. And in summary, to win in business with technology, connect with people. It's all about people. Give as much free talk, free link, free ebook, free advice as you can. Improve your marketing tactics. It is, you know, there's this advert on the radio that said, make una come by, yo, make una come by. And somebody said, are you still doing that? There's no time for make una come by, use ringing of bell. Your customer may be in America. Your customer may be in America. Those are buyers that you think you are selling. Those hijab, somebody is needing it even outside the country. So you must go digital, use social media, resort to remote workplace method if needed. Use logistics. If you can't go out like before, COVID is real. They are talking of second wave. We know Almighty will protect us from that, but use your logistic provider. Deliver better and decent customer service. Automate your task. You cannot keep on searching through tons of invoice to know how much you sold to Mr. Lagbaja last time. Automate it. Go on Wave app. Use the method of video production to attract people because they love to interact with you. Thank you very much for inviting me. I'm available on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Fire Williams. And I have really enjoyed this. I'm so grateful to Alhaja Suebat Bola Kukulati, to my big auntie, Mrs. Nofisat Arogudade, for always remembering me when Nasfat have to do one thing or the other. I'm just going through the chat box. Somebody's reminding me how shares plummeted, stock market crash. Yes, those were the memories then, but thank God we were able to recover. And all of us will recover from this COVID wahala. We will all recover using our entrepreneurial skills and technology. There are a lot of credits here. I will send some the slides when we are done, maybe latest by tomorrow, so that we can also go back and enjoy it. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so very much, ma'am. I don't even know the words to use to qualify the value that you have given us this evening, not just in your time, but in the content that you have delivered. You have made it so relatable, and even for people who may not currently be entrepreneurs or actively in business, you've given ideas that have made the wheels in our head start turning as to how best we can utilize the digital space and also launch out in that space. So I'd like to say to you, Jazakumullah khairan ma. Thank you very much. We pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will continue to be with you, will continue to grow you, and will continue to increase you in knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. It has been exponential learning. Let me borrow from you. Thank you very much, ma'am. So for everyone, can we please drop our questions in the chat, in the question and answer box? We will be going into question and answer at this time. It makes it easier if you drop it in the Q&A box rather than in the chat, so that it doesn't get lost in all the comments that are coming through. So please drop your questions in the Q&A box. While I'm awaiting your questions, as like I said, as you were talking, a lot of thoughts were running through my head, ma. And I also put down a couple of questions. So you talked about when we're starting out with a digital business, getting traffic to our sites, getting a lot of people to visit, gaining visibility. Are there any key metrics that we can look out for that would help us measure how well we are doing in the digital space? So there's that constant need to check if we're actually getting value from the digital space, or we're just doing what everybody else is doing.
All right. Yes, thank you very much for that question. It's such a good question. One of the key metrics is usually customer acquisition, but that does not come first. You can look at number of visits. You can find out whether it is growing or not. Number of visits either to your website, to your social media. Once you have accounts that are for business, there's something they call, being able to go into your profile and look at, track. There's a way you can track. For websites, there's Facebook Pixel, there's Google Analytics. So there are some tools with which you will track where are people coming from when they come and visit my site. How many people are visiting me? From which countries, am I getting these visitations? How many of them signed up for my offers? And eventually, how many people of them have I been able to acquire as customers? And again, customer acquisition cost. If you did that Facebook ad for 5,000, how many people did it bring in for you? That if you divide that amount of money by the number of customers, you start getting an idea of your customer acquisition cost. So those are some of the matrices.
Thank you very much, Ma. Questions are beginning to come in. Somebody wants to know, what are the great policy for good pricing in a competitive market?
I beg your pardon, what are the what?
Great policies for good
Okay.
pricing in a competitive market.
Okay, thank you. I've seen that. So in terms of pricing, I would always say capture all your costs. Because honestly, people can drag you into a price war. Look at the market for carbonated soft drinks now. It is in such a war situation. In fact, another area is telecoms, airtime. If somebody is not doing a woof, somebody is doing a zoof, somebody is doing a
Yes.
somebody is doing
Yes.
okay, maybe we can mute ourselves if we are not talking. And
Open the
you
boat.
could be in a big price war. So please, before you do your pricing, count your costs, put together all your indirect costs, your overheads. Know the rent, know the advertisement, know the staff that are like your front office staff that are not directly involved in production. Then go into your direct costs.
What are you waiting for now? Generator.
Production.
The
Hello.
engine now in the water. What did they?
Hello. Your staff in production, the cost of materials, those that you can measure, the number of yards that went into sewing that particular outfit, you can know it. But things like thread, pin, chalk, you put them as indirect costs because you cannot attribute it to a particular outfit. I'm just giving an example of a tailor. And when you have gotten all your costs, what should be your margin? Try to apply a reasonable margin. And after doing that, you can now go into the market and find out what competition is selling. But you need to be careful because some people, they be getting their money through money laundering, you don't know. So if you cannot sell in that particular market, maybe there's a cartel or there's some kind of price war, you can look for a different market. You can go online and appeal to people who are shopping on an e-commerce basis. And those ones may pay the preferred price for you because they are not buying from the shop next door or down the road. So please cover your costs, apply a reasonable margin, and then do some investigation, competitor analysis. Find out what the going rate is, whether you are within the bracket. If you are within the bracket and you are not too high, you can promote your product and use that to sell. So that is it. Because after all, some people buy food from Buka and some people will go to only Radisson Blue to eat their own lunch. Is food not food? My dear people, is food not food? Is it not jollof rice? But just like the example we gave, there's jasmine rice, there's American, there's basmati. So you have to look for your own client base that will be able to absorb that. So sometimes you need to go from the answer to the question, if I can put it that way. Do a survey before you start producing anything, before you start selling, do a survey. Have an idea of what is being sold for. That is why we recommend you creating your business plan. Do the survey, do your feasibility, know what price you can reasonably sell it for before you go back into the production and make sure you are not producing above that price. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Somebody wanted your email address. I know you've posted it in the chat box, but for people who would like to know, our email address is info@simplyexponential.com. info@simplyexponential.com. The website is www.simplyexponential.com. Thank you very much, ma'am. I have another question here. For someone involved in natural skincare beauty products, which platforms are good for online marketing?
I would say the rule of thumb is to first of all ask your clients. For instance, you know, we spoke about that survey and I broke down that survey to as simple as a phone call. So you have few loyal customers, they bought from you. I just say, by the way, which platform do you visit most? Are you always on Facebook? Are you on Instagram? Are you on this? Let them answer, me, when I wake up in the morning, I usually check my Facebook. Another, maybe 6 out of 10 people tell you that they check Facebook and you need to be there. But generally, Instagram is good. Facebook is good for that skincare market. People have done beautiful things on Instagram. They show before and after pictures. They show progression of a very bad skin with spots. They will show you after week 1, week 2, and now a flawless complexion. So you can tell your stories on a platform that has visuals like Instagram. Is very good. But remember, those who use Instagram are those who have data to spare because it's data consuming. So if your clientele is the type that they don't like to spend too much on data, then Facebook is better. So Instagram, generally, they, look at it as those who are a little bit well-to-do, that have enough of data and all that. So be sure that your clientele is on Instagram. And another thing about Instagram is that you can do so much. People search. The way you write your handle, make sure it has some keywords. Remember how I use keywords in my search engine optimization? You will now use some keywords. So I call myself Business Plan and First Aid Pro on Instagram, @FireWillers, but Business Plan and First Aid Pro. So when they are searching for those things, it comes up. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. This next question, I've received it in the chat and also in the Q&A in different forms. I'll just ask one of it. What profit percentage is reasonable for any business?
That is so interesting. I tell you, it varies. So for service industry, sometimes they can make as much as 50 or 100%. If they look at what goes into that teaching or training or workshop, they may make anything between 50 and 100%. But for products and services, it could be as little as 20%. Again, like I said, do your research. First, find out what it would cost you to produce. Do not sell below your cost price. It is not wise. And then look outside. What is competition doing? And how can you have a kind of margin that is in between, not too high and not too low? So it's a bit difficult because products vary. If it's fashion design, at times you can get away with a higher markup. But if you are selling minerals, selling pure water, either bottled, there's something like a fixed price. Am I correct, madam? There's something like a fixed price for that. They will tell you, is it not so that we used to buy it? So there's something like a fixed price for those items. So be careful, look at what exactly you are selling. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ma. And just something that came to mind as you were sharing on pricing just now is, for example, if you use any of the e-commerce sites, you would find that different sellers price differently. But the buyers are also not, they're also not just going there blindly. You find that buyers would also go through multiple sellers to see who's going to give them the same value. And you sometimes find some sellers who have priced themselves out of the range. So the average around a lot of the other sellers comes to about 15,000. And on that same product, you see a seller who has placed 45,000 on it.
See?
The Yoruba girl in me will not let me pay 45,000 for something I can get for 15,000.
Exactly. Exactly. And please, the new way in pricing now is to bundle. bundle your pricing. So you can, what we did with our digital marketing agency, we now created a price list that says, if you book 1 month hub space, you get a flash drive, and you also get 1 week free. If you pay for 12 months serviced office, we give you 13 months. We give you hard drive. If you ask for us to supply COVID-19 items like sanitizer and co, we will send you a link to free training. We did that mainly for schools. So we developed a free training, put it online. You will opt in, you provide your email, we'll give you the link, and then you watch the free training. And it helps you. So you need to differentiate yourself. In our first aid box, for instance, it's not just drug, plaster, scissors you meet there. You will meet emergency number sticker. You will meet installation kit with nail, with description on how to put the box up. You will meet a first aid register. So if you go to another vendor, that person may just be selling just a box. But we have added things that you will not even easily find them on the shelf. You cannot go to ShopRite now and say, I'm looking for first aid box installation kit. They will look at you strangely. So you need to add things that will make your product so special that some people will be addicted to your product. So anytime they want to open one new brand, they say, we'll just go and get that woman's first aid box. At least we know everything is there. The number to call, the fire safety number, police number, she has a card for it. First aid register, so that they will not misuse paracetamol, she has it there. Installation kit, she has it there. What else? So that is why you really need to sit back and think of your value proposition. So sometimes you can do something like a small ebook that says how to know the color that suits your complexion. Anybody who buys from you is the person you want to give. Or you can use that as what they call lead magnets. Have people sign up for it. I'm even looking for something about something that I can also give away to you. So please add on to your offering. If it's sweets, I've seen one booker, after selling you or her soup with apple, they will put one tom-tom. Just that tom-tom differentiated that booker from every other booker around. So it is very, very important to differentiate yourself.
Thank you very much, Ma. Because of time, and I'm very conscious that time is fast spent, I will take 2 more questions, and that we would call it a day. I know we all have so many questions. I'm looking at all the questions coming in and realizing that if we decide to go all of this, unless we are willing to do tahajjud and spend the night on this, and that just shows how much value we have gotten from this session. So I have a question here on how does delivery of products come into digital marketing? Sometimes there is so much delay in product delivery.
Okay, so I would like to say it depends on the vendor that you are using. I know a logistic company, they run with an app. They can monitor where their riders are at any point in time. And I tell you, they are very conscious in terms of delivery. If they can't make it that day, they will tell you, and it will not delay. So you have to have something like MOU with your logistic provider, that if it doesn't deliver at a certain time, maybe there'll be a surcharge or something like that. Maybe there'll be a surcharge on it. I don't know if I've answered the question, because I'm looking at it from the point of view of someone who runs an e-commerce, and at times their products, they're experiencing delay in delivering to the customer. Is that what this person means? Or can we unmute the person and allow them to explain?
Okay. Alaja Palatima, do you want to explain this question further, Ma?
Hello. Okay.
Assalamu
Yes,
alaikum,
thank
ma.
you very much. Salam alaikum. Thank you very much, Mrs. Fire Williams. Exactly what you said is what I meant. It's from the point of the customer's point of view. Sometimes you order products from Konga or Jumia. It takes them 2 weeks, 3 weeks to deliver the product. Sometimes the product gets to you and it's not exactly what you have ordered. So this kind of challenges kind of discourage customers from going online products to purchase online products, in my own view.
You are correct. So it has to do with getting the right partner who will help with distribution, who will be committed and who will be ready to face penalty if they don't deliver in time. Because there are some people who do a good job, and I know there are some people who do a not so good job. And you are right, customers will be discouraged if you keep on having delay. So you may need to change that service provider to one that is more responsive. Yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Ma. So we'll take our final question. Yes. And just for those of us that are not looking at the chat, I've just seen a freebie in the chat box.
Yes, so
you know. If you're not
people.
there, you're missing. Thank you very much, Ma. Mrs. Williams just shared a free wellness ebook for everyone on this call. So please make sure to click on that link before you leave the meeting and enjoy the benefits of that book. My final question for today. At what stage does an entrepreneur separate operations account from profit account?
I don't think, oops. Hello?
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Great. From all my learning in accounting, business accounting, financial management, I have not had this profit account, operational account. What I know is that you need to keep a good record, of all your business transactions, know your inflows, note all your expenses, and at the end of monthly, quarterly, you can prepare your profit and loss account. And that will tell you how much profit you have made. So the expenses were incurred during your operations, so to say, and at the end of the day, you need to know how much profit is left. And mind you, this profit is not something you can just go to the bank and issue a check for. It may still be part of goods work in progress or goods that you have in stock. For instance, if you are trading, the way you calculate your revenue, you put your sales, then you put your purchases, then you will subtract the balance stock that you have, and that will give you cost of goods sold. You understand? As in, all the revenue, add purchases, less what is left, will give you the cost of goods sold. So sometimes your profit is like still in stock or something like that. It's not really that you say, oh, operational profit, and what was the other kind of profit? Please use standard accounting practices to prepare your cash flow for the period. It can be for a month, 3 months, 6 months, your profit and loss, and your balance sheet, which is your snapshot as at a certain time. So please let us go to the right people, set up your books of accounts by an accountant, so that at any point in time, you can be aware of what is going on in your business. We all have to increase our financial literacy, and don't wait till the end of the year before you do audited accounts. A lot can go wrong. So monthly management accounts, quarterly management accounts, you need it. It will help you to know the direction your business is going. That is what I would like to say.
Thank you very, very much, Ma. We really appreciate the justice you've done to every single question that has come up tonight. For me, if there's something I'm taking away from this session is scamper.
Okay.
That is something that I intend to utilize,
combine,
adapt, magnify, put to other use, eliminate, or rearrange. And that is something I definitely intend to take away from this session and put to use in my personal dealings. Thank you very much, Ma. It's now 9 o'clock and we will be coming to an end. We would like to take a vote of thanks from Alhaja Omomi George. I think Alhaja George has dropped off. I cannot see. Okay, she's here. I just think she dropped out, so I'm just moving her in so she can give us the vote of thanks. Assalamu alaikum, Alhaja George.
Yeah, wa alaikum salam. Thank you so much, my sister. Wow, that's a quite a bit. I think we all got what we wanted. The night actually went the way we wanted it. And I'm sure you'll agree with me that the last 1 hour has been very fruitful and worth our time. It's been rightly observed that an entrepreneur needs to be innovative, creative, acquire relevant skills, garnished with appropriate technology, particularly going forward post-COVID. Yes. I want to believe that those of us intending to do business have learned something, while those already running their businesses have also picked 1 or 2 things to add value to theirs, and as such put the business on a sound footing. I pray that everyone that has toiled to develop their business will see it thrive, flourish, and prosper. What our knowledgeable guest lecturer has done is to open our eyes so that we can see the contents of a good business plan, and all that needs to be taken into account. So on behalf of the president and all the organs of the society, I hereby extend our genuine appreciation to our guest lecturer, Mrs. Fayo Williams, for that beautiful and applicable presentation. It can't be clearer. Thank you so much, Ma. God bless you, Ma. We promise to make use of the so many priceless information of lifetime you have just shared with us. The National Women Affairs Secretary, Olajabola Kukolati, appreciates our stakeholders who have been supporting us morally, financially, spiritually, and technically to position our members for economic emancipation as part of the 21st Women's Week celebration. Jazakumullahu khairan to our amiable president and the indefatigable chief missioner. We sincerely thank all women, particularly women leaders of our great society from the headquarters, zones, and branches, who have joined this webinar for being part of history in our drive to make our society a flagship amongst all others. May Allah reward you with good of this world and hereafter. To everyone who have contributed in no small measure to the success of this program, we are thankful and grateful. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Thank you very much, Ma, for that vote of thanks. Somebody has asked if they can have access to the recording. This program is also being live streamed on YouTube. So if you visit YouTube and visit Nasfat TV on YouTube, you will be able to access this session at your leisure, because I know there is so much content that has been shared today that we would want to go back to. Thank you very much, everybody, for your time this evening. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to keep every one of us and make everything we have learned and heard today beneficial to us and also beneficial to our speaker and stand her in good stead in the sight of Allah. Thank you very much, Mrs. Williams. Thank you very much to the organizing committee. Thank you very much to our leaders in Nasfat, and thank you very much to the audience. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Can we have a closing prayer?
Welcome. You're all welcome.
Okay, so we don't have any of our missioners on.
You can call
So-
on any of the mothers, our Yawas. There's so many of them on the platform there.
Hello, Mama. Assalamu alaikum.
Arupunade, Araja Lugunade is there. Alaja
Okay.
Mumini is there. Yala Doja is there. There's so many of them.
Okay, let me just move someone to, let me move Alaja Rugnadema. I am moving you to the panel so you can give us the closing dua, ma. Assalamu alaikum, Alaja Rugnade. You can now give us the closing dua.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Alhamdulillah, 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 Rabbil Alameen. We thank Almighty Allah for this wonderful period. We thank Allah for giving us the opportunity to learn so much. We appreciate the knowledge shared, and we pray that Allah, in His infinite mercy, we put benefit in all we have learned. To the Women Affairs Secretary and all those that have organized this, we thank Allah for guiding them right, and we beseech Allah to continue to guide us right. To our facilitator, the resource person, it's been an awesome period. We really appreciate her. We pray Allah bless and bless her knowledge more, bless her in skill, bless her business as she has continued to inspire others for goodness, for greatness. We really know that this period will be a turning point in many people's life. I mean, Allah in His infinite mercy, put barakah on it. Thank you very much for the great opportunity. And can we stay together? Surah Al-Kawthar, that all our blessings shall be permanent in the name of Almighty Allah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In our channel, Kawthar. Fazalili Robika Wanihar. Inno Shanihaka Wal Amin. Amin. Thank you so much. May Allah bless us and continue to bless the program. This has been a wonderful period for the 24th Women Week celebration. We appreciate and thank Allah. We cannot thank Allah enough. Alhamdulillah. Jazakumullah khairan. To our letter learn that I will teach her again. She will understand what Jazakumullah khairan means. We appreciate our facilitator, my girlfriend, Mrs. Fire Williams.
Thank you, ma.
Thank you very much, ma.
And wonderful Conquer, you have been doing so wonderfully well. Rashida,
Thank you
shall
very
meet
much, ma.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you
Your
to
presence.
MC. Thank you.
Yes, I'm happy. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. And let's have a wonderful evening, mashallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.